Throughout history, many eminent writers, scientists, and geniuses realized that boredom was a catalyst for creativity and insights. Renowned author J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books, famously conceived the idea for Harry Potter while on a delayed train from Manchester to London. So the train was delayed, and she had this time to wonder. She began to think about this young wizard going to this magic school, and that moment of boredom led to one of the most famous book series of all time. Then there's Charles Darwin, who developed his theory of evolution when he was on the HMS Bengal, which is like a big Navy ship. So he was out at the sea, on the sea, and he had all of this time, all of opportunities to observe the natural world and to reflect and to ask himself questions about the world. And this led to his development of his theory of evolution. Then there's going to be Isaac Newton's universal theory of gravitation. Now, it is said that his theory of gravitation originated from him sitting by an apple tree, and an apple fell from the tree and hit the ground, and he observed this, and this made him question, what are the forces that govern the motion of objects in the universe? And this led to his theory of universal gravitation. So all of these people, all of these geniuses, many of them recognized boredom was the state that was a prerequisite to these insights, these connections that they wouldn't have had otherwise if they didn't allow themselves to be bored. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time that you allowed yourself to be bored? And I mean, do nothing. No phone, no television, no stimulation. Just you, yourself, sitting there or walking somewhere without anything. If you're like most people, chances are it's been a very long time. It's almost impossible for people to be truly bored today in the modern world because of our cell phones, because of television, video games, radio, billboards, whatever, everything. There's so much stimulation that if you allow it, it'll drive you nuts. You can occupy yourself with all of these stimulations for you for a lifetime. And I have a feeling that this stimulation is only going to continue to rise as you move into the future with things like the metaverse and all of these advancements of technology. It's probably going to continue to rise. How exactly can boredom be beneficial? Okay, so number one is that it stimulates creativity. So by being bored, you allow your mind the opportunity to wonder and to make unexpected connections between different ideas. And this is only really possible if you are not actively engaged doing something like right in front of you. And this is really what creativity is. Creativity is making connections from different things and then putting it together, and then it's a new thing. It's not really new, but it's a combination of things that already existed. This process is a lot more active when we're not engaged with doing something directly, when we are just chilling, resting, for example. Second thing is that it encourages self-reflection. So boredom can lead you to questioning your life, your values, your goals, your vision, your character. Like these are things that are important to question and to, look at and see, are we the person we want to become? Are we working to become the person? If you're always preoccupied with, checking social media or watching things, you don't give that time to self-reflect, which will lead to better personal growth and personal development. Third thing is that it enhances problem solving. So by giving yourself time to just be, you can start to look at problems in your life and think deeper about possible solutions to those problems. Like a lot of the time, it's easy to ignore things in your life. It's easy to just, push things under the rug and not deal with them. But if you give yourself that time to just confront that and really begin to think of solutions to your life. And number 4, last thing, is that it increases patience and discomfort tolerance level. So boredom is a very difficult emotion to feel initially because it's unpleasant. Our brain craves dopamine. We want to do something stimulating because it feels good. But the consequence of that is that it just continues to grow. So by learning to settle into boredom, learning to be in that state and accept it, it's not so uncomfortable. So you become more capable of handling discomfort, which is a very valuable skill to have in life. How do you leverage boredom for positive behavior change? First thing I would say is, this is probably the most difficult for most people, putting myself in this category, is limit your phone usage. Our phones are our biggest distraction. Our phones are a fantastic tool for us to use in life. Communication, creating content. That's what I'm making content on right now, is my phone. But the phone can also be sources of distraction. Social media scrolling, doom scrolling, endless, just going like this. We need to bring a level of discipline to our phone use, because it's either you're using your phone or your phone's using you. Chances are the phone's using you most of the time. So by limiting your phone use, say don't use it in the morning and don't stop using it at a certain time at night. That will be a big help in you just gaining awareness of your phone. Be intentional with your phone. When you pick up your phone, ask yourself, do I have an intention for using my phone right now? Do I have any particular reason for using it, or am I just grabbing my phone? Second thing is to sit alone or go on a walk alone for at least 30 minutes a day. And don't have your phone. Don't be listening to an audiobook. Just be alone. Just enjoy your own alone solitude time. And you can meditate, or you could just let your mind wander. You could just observe the world around you. The point of this is for you to get comfortable with your own presence. Because I feel a lot of us jump to our devices because we don't like the feeling of nothing, of just being with our thoughts. That's not a good condition to be in, because if you don't enjoy your own presence, what does that say about how you feel about yourself? You should be able to enjoy your own presence, your own thoughts, your own mind. It should be pleasurable. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. So this point is to learn to sit with yourself and to learn to enjoy that time with yourself. And the next thing, observe, wonder, and perceive. So this is an exercise that you can do. This is an exercise that I learned in acting class when I did acting class. Basically, the exercise is you observe. You could be sitting down, you could be walking anywhere, but you observe your environment and you begin to wonder. So you ask yourself questions about things that you perceive. So, for example, I see a tree. I could ask myself, what is the species of this tree? How old is this tree? Who planted this tree? How long will this tree live for? What is the average life expectancy of this tree? Then you can move to another thing. I wonder who built that building. I wonder where the material came from. Who made the material? Was it a man? Was it a woman? You just ask yourself questions about literally anything. Your clothes, your anything. What this technique does is that it really stimulates that part of your brain that is curious. So by asking questions and actually, about things you're curious and digging deeper and deeper, you do this exercise occasionally, you'll find yourself doing it, you know, most of the time. You'll be just a curious person. I think this is a valuable exercise to do just to spark that creativity that will carry over to our life, and we'll just start being curious about almost everything. It's almost like that childlike curiosity, questioning that we used to have as kids that slowly sort of went away for 95% of people. But many great things start from curiosity. Your curiosity can really lead you to places that you've never imagined possible if you allow that creativity to come alive. We live in a world that is constantly trying to grab your attention from every direction. And I think it's important for us to take breaks from that and to really be alone and to enjoy our solitude and be bored from time to time. Because I think a lot of clarity and good can come from that. So next time you feel bored, just remember, boredom just might awaken the genius within you.